Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who do we have here, Ms. Brown?
This is George Abbott on docket 2017-905DS.
Okay. Mr. Abbott, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges?
Yeah.
The court has appointed Mr. Sackrider to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Mr. Sackrider in preparation for these proceedings?
I talked to him briefly in the break room, explaining my situation. And if I can speak, I heard the other lady, because I've been watching it live. She mentioned if it was even a $10 payment, I made a $23 payment. So I paid some on my child support. I can't pay everything. I got 4 kids here from 7 years old to 19 months. And then I'm trying to pay child support on my other kids with my soon-to-be ex-wife that I'm going through a divorce for. And I don't see my kids, and then my son run away.
Oh, hold on, sir. Sir, hold on. You're going to have a chance to speak and tell me all this stuff, but now isn't the time, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Sackrider, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Abbott, Ms. Brown's already been sworn in. I'll have you raise your right hand and be sworn, and then we'll proceed.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Ms. Brown, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Abbott is before the court on docket 2017-905DS for an adjourned show cause hearing. He has current support in the amount of $198, and he's ordered to pay $50 toward the arrears, plus $3.50 in service and processing fees for a total monthly obligation of $251.50. Mr. Abbott's last payment was in fact June 6th, and that was $23. He made a self-payment at the front of the court. He has had 1 prior contempt finding. This is the 3rd show cause. For 2 months of compliance, Mr. Abbott should have paid $503. He's paid $0. And just so we're all clear, compliance is measured through the end of May because June is not yet over. So the $23 payment made on June 6th is not figured into the past 2 months of compliance. Total arrears through the end of May are $7,570.81. A friend of the court would like the court to be aware that Mr. Abbott actually refused to go into the LEAP program. He refused a court-ordered LEAP referral on April 5th. I did a voluntary referral. He did not participate. And he also stated to me that he is self-employed. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sackrider, do you contest or dispute any statements made by Ms. Brown?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Brown?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any proofs, Mr. Sackrider?
Yes, I've called my client.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Abbott, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the testimony of Ms. Brown?
I did.
All right. Did you disagree with anything that she testified to?
No, and I did refuse the LEAP program because I am currently employed, but with the economy and COVID and everything slowed everything down. You know, I'm not going to give up my career and my passion to go do a LEAP program when I got 4 kids and a home to take care of. I don't get food stamps. I don't get nothing. It's all out of my pocket.
Okay. And where are you currently employed?
I do fugitive recovery. I work for multiple bond companies throughout West Michigan. Been doing it for quite a few years. Since COVID, the jails really haven't took people. Bond companies slowed down on bonding people out. They're still bonding out, but they're low amounts. And I don't get paid unless I put someone in jail. So everything comes out of my pocket. my gas, anything to do with that. If I don't catch a person, I don't get paid. And then I do drywall with my dad, and with the economy the way it is, wood prices going up, people ain't building houses and stuff like they used to. So we're getting odd jobs and remodels here and there. And, I got to pay my bills here and then try to make a payment. That's why even $23, I'm trying to make an effort.
All right. How much would you say that you earn per week right now?
Right now, the last job I made was $400 doing drywall, and I've been waiting on files from the bond company, and all I can do is email them or text them and be like, hey, any files yet? You got any files yet?
Okay. How much did you make in the last month?
$400 is what I made. And then when we do drywall, we get paid on the 1st and the 15th. So we got to go 2 weeks, but we only hung 100 board, and at 19 cents or 13 cents, I think it is, or somewhere around there. I have to ask my dad, it only comes out to a couple $100, and that's split in 2 ways.
Okay.
And then I'm paying in the house, taking care of 4 kids, 7 to 19 months old, like diapers, wipes, food.
Okay. And you have 4 children in your care at your house?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in the house?
My soon-to-be wife later on down the road.
All right. How are you supporting your wife and 4 children right now?
My dad owns the house, so he helps me out, and I work and pay the bills. I got scrap in the backyard. I've been doing everything I can do just to make ends meet around here and not go to jail, because I went to jail for child support, was in there for 5 days, and I got a month behind on my bills.
Okay.
Do you
have any?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Do you have any ability to pay any amount today?
Not today, but I can guarantee on the 1st I can come put like 200 down, because I got my gas, water, and electric are due, and my gas is due on the 3rd, and if I don't pay that, they put a shut off notice.
Okay.
Sorry, I want to put this on record. I wrote the courts, and I let them know I pay child support on Caleb Abbott, my son. There's been a lot of issues, and CPS has been involved. Tabitha's been evicted. Tabitha kicked Caleb out. He lived with me for about 6-7 months. I was getting food stamps with him for him and stuff like that, but he wanted to be rebellious, and he's at his brother's house now. And I was trying to let the courts know so they can take it into consideration. Even me and Tabitha not together, and we're going through divorce. My kids come home. They've all run away. I've got multiple police reports. Like, they all come back here, but Tabitha has the upper hand right now until I get another lawyer, because Larry Snyder become a referee.
Okay. How many children do you have with Tabitha?
3. I got 2 daughters and a son.
All right. Do any of them live with you?
Caleb was for 6 months, and I wrote the courts and got food stamps for him, but I've never heard nothing back. But Caleb, I tried to help Caleb, but he was with his mom, and his mom lets him smoke and do that stuff. And he was taking my cigarettes and stealing stuff, not going to school. And I got on him, took his Xbox, his TV, took, the stuff that, a father would take. And he got mad at me. So now they're living at Eric's house, which is mine and Tabitha's, my stepson that I raised with Tabitha, Eric. And then her other daughter's 15, she run away. So it's Eric, David, Haley, and Caleb, all in a small apartment. And them are the kids I raised with Tabitha. Caleb's my son, and the other ones are my stepkids.
All right. What is the plan for paying the child support obligation in the future?
I just pay as much as I can when I can. Like, at least every month, something.
All right.
I go to jail, I lose my house, and then I lose my kids. And
all right. Anything else you want to tell the court?
no, sir.
No further questions.
Okay. Sir, I couldn't get a real handle on what you make. You said that basically in the last month doing the drywalling that you made about $400. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And how much in the last month did you make from the bond company?
I honestly, I've been waiting on, I got 4 files right now I've been trying to run, but I've been short on gas and between doctors and my kids and stuff like that, and drywall being slow, I ain't been able to actually go out and drive around and look for people.
Okay.
So
So
I
in
gotta,
the last month, have you made any money from the bonding company?
no, sir. No, no, I've done work, I do work for Speedy G. I did work for J&J, Abbott Bell Bonds, Quick, there's several of them, but you know, they have different people in different areas too. So I'm in Collin County, so I do our surrounding area unless they want me to travel farther.
Okay. Okay, well, you refused the LEAP program because you were self-employed, you wanted to do that. Obviously, it doesn't sound like you're working very much, so why would you not participate in the LEAP program?
Because I have 4 kids I gotta take care of. I can't afford a babysitter. I can't, my soon-to-be wife in a few years, she's ready to go back to work to try to help out and pay the child support and pay for daycare and stuff like that.
How old are the kids, sir?
7, there's 4 of them. So the oldest is 7 and the youngest is 19 months.
Okay,
And then the ones with my wife that I'm fighting custody for are 7, 5, and 14, 13, 14.
okay.
And then I've tried helping her out, Tabitha. She just got evicted because she tore her house up and run the bills up, and CPS is involved. I got pictures of the filth they lived
Okay,
in.
I don't need to know all that. That's not relevant for this hearing. So how we're, again, getting back to the thing with the refusing the LEAP program, it sounds like you've been given an opportunity to acquire employment. You haven't taken it for various reasons, and that would get you some income. There's all sorts of jobs all over town. You see help wanted signs in almost every business there is. Why haven't you got one of those jobs?
I don't know. I like doing drywall and I like bounty hunting. That's my passion. I've tried working at gas stations. I've worked at marathons and other places. I've worked at Burger King. That was one of my first jobs when I was 17. And things will pick back up, but between COVID and the economy right now and prices going up, wood going up, everything going up, it just made it hard.
Well, there's a lot of jobs out there, sir. You can work at Denso. They're hiring almost everybody that comes in the door. There's a lot of other places that are hiring just like that. So
yeah, I put a couple applications in a couple of the small factories, but I ain't heard nothing back yet either. So.
Well, a couple applications, you could do that in a half an hour, sir. So, of course, not impressed by your effort there. So,
Yes,
anything else you'd like to tell me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Sackrider?
Nothing further.
Okay. Well, in this case, court's heard the testimony of Mr. Abbott that he has, in fact, knowledge that he does do drywalling, and last month he's made $400 for that he works also for bonding or for bond companies. But again, that's been slow. He's not been able to for various reasons. Has not had gas to, again, for his vehicle to go out and look for these individuals, et cetera. The court notes that, again, that he, notwithstanding that, he does have done some work. Like you said, he's scrappy. He's making money from that, although the court would note that's probably minimal. But the biggest concern the court has is that he was offered participation in the LEAP program, that he turned that down. As he states, he likes drywalling, he likes to work at the bonding company, but he's not making sufficient income within which to pay a support obligation to do that. Court finds that he's effectively being voluntarily underemployed in this particular matter. The court notes he has had income with which to pay the support obligation. He has not done so. Last payment being June 6th. He paid $23, so he's paid some, but not a substantial amount. considering that he's choosing to, again, maintain that self-employment income and jobs rather than to acquire employment that he could readily acquire based upon the labor market and stuff that exists in the town at this particular point. The court will find that he has failed or refused to make payment, and as a result that he is in contempt of court, having the ability to do so. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sackrider?
Yes, Your Honor. My client testified that he has been making voluntary payments on his own, that he is caring for 4 children currently in his care, and that he does understand his obligation and the need to pay on it in the future. It's for those reasons that we would ask that the court not impose a jail sentence, or if the court does, have that jail sentence suspended and a purge amount be set in the amount of $250. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Brown, on the he was held in contempt on one occasion. Did he serve jail time on that time?
He has not served any jail time.
Okay.
I did 5 days in jail for child support warrant.
Okay. Well, regardless, Mr. Abbott, what the court is going to do is, again, because, again, it doesn't show that you've spent time in there. I'm not going to sentence you to a substantial period of time, but I do feel that it is warranted. What the court's going to do is sentence you to 10 days in jail with credit for no days served. I'm going to give you an opportunity. However, I'm going to set a purge amount of $300 and have that paid no later than July 7, 2023 at 4:00 p.m. If you do not pay the purge amount of $300 by that date, then you need to report to the sheriff's department to serve the 10 days jail sentence. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm giving you an opportunity to stay out of jail, and hopefully you'll take that. So that will be the order of the court. We'll conclude this matter at 1:12 p.m.